Chad's been running a fever for the last 5 days, and last night he got really dizzy and passed out a few times. The good thing about medical here in Bali is that I literally WhatsApped the doctor at probably 6:15 this morning, and he said, yep, no dramas, be there in an hour. I should also add that around us there's about 3 different neighbours that have been diagnosed with dengue.
It's the diagnosis.
Good morning from the dengue house. We got Chad's test results back at around 10:30, 11 o'clock last night, and he has tested positive for dengue and also for salmonella poisoning. Needless to say, I am looking into fogging today. So this morning we have the doctor coming again at around 8:30 because Chad's thrombocyte levels are quite low, and if they're low again, he will probably have to go to hospital. So this is my warning to you. If you're coming to Bali, spray your kids with Cefel before they go to sleep. Plug in the electric Mozzie plugs that you can get really cheap. They're only a couple bucks from the Indomarets or convenience stores. Plug them into the wall. Get a Mozzie coil burner for your villa. They're only about 50 cents for a pack of 10. And if you're going out for dinner, spray your room with bug spray, hit spray before you go out, so by the time you come home, the room is Mozzie free. Here we go, real-time dengue. Good morning again from the dengue house. So with Chad's blood test results from yesterday, his thrombocyte or platelet levels had dropped. For those of you playing at home, they went from a 142 on the first day that he was tested to yesterday being tested at 118. So we have the doctors coming back again to test this morning, because if they drop any lower, it's probably more than likely that he'll be going to hospital today. So we managed to get the house sprayed and fogged yesterday. So the fogging does the adult mozzies and the spraying does the larvae. That was interesting. At the moment, Chad's still managing to eat small amounts of food. He's still drinking lots. He's living on coconut water, which is great. The doctors are kind of happy just to let him sit and rest today, but today's blood test results will really, I guess, give us some more information that we need. His fever's still there. He's really, really achy. They do call it breakbone fever. So like his knees and his ears, oh my God, I'm tired. His knees and his back are really, really sore. And he's just really hot and sweaty and gross, to be honest. Headaches and just like feeling really faint, feeling really lethargic, feeling extremely, extremely beyond worn out. Here's hoping today's blood test results increase and we don't need a hospital visit. So stay tuned, more dengue updates to come. Good morning again from the dengue house. So Chad's levels had dropped again, but only a small bit this time. It was from 118 to 112. The doctor also noticed yesterday in his visit that he was starting to get a rash, sort of like on his arms and on his chest, just little red prickly dots, and also that his hands were starting to swell. He's still taking in fluids really well. He's been having a lot more of the papaya leaf juice. So I've been mixing that with a bit of orange juice and honey just to help the bitterness of it, because it is extremely, extremely bitter. Still sleeping lots, and again we've got the doctor back this morning to test his levels again. We also had an island-wide blackout yesterday. A cable that runs the electricity from Java to Bali, something happened under the ocean and they were working on it to fix it all afternoon. We were really lucky. We had power back within about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Poor Chad with his temperature and no aircon was very hot. So here's hoping that Chad is on the mend a little bit and the dengue is starting to pass. Let's make a dengue fever drink. Papaya leaf juice, freshly squeezed orange juice, local honey. The orange juice and honey, it's not that bad. Go find the patient. You're now at 104.
Ooh.
The good news is that the white blood cell is from 341 to 361. Good morning from the dengue house. We're hoping that today is the last blood test. Chad's thrombocyte or platelet levels did drop a little bit, but his white blood cell count increased. So we're heading in the right direction. And I just want to say thank you for understanding that we haven't been able to get back to our messages and our comments like we normally would. Life's a little crazy. Let's quickly chat about the fear of dengue. We have lived here for 1.5 years, and at least one of us, if not all of us, have been bitten by mozzies daily. It's just life in the tropics. Unfortunately, Chad was just unlucky this time. It doesn't mean that we stop using things like sprays or coils or plug-ins in our rooms. We still take extra precautions, and we have been for that year and a half as well. Dengue is serious, and we are taking it seriously. That being said, the house still needs to run. The kids still need to be fed, homeschool still needs to be done, washing still needs to be done, all the things. Thank you for all of your well wishes. Chad is sort of semi-seeing them, but I know that I am taking them into my vibe and running with them for the day. Stay tuned again for hopefully some of the last dengue updates. Good morning from the dengue house. Today marks day 8 of dengue for Chad, and I'm so excited to say that yesterday afternoon when we got his blood test results back from the morning, that his platelets, his thrombocyte levels had improved and his white blood cell count had improved. Yay! So the doctors were really happy to give him a day off from blood testing today, so he's had a big sleep in. We've all had a big sleep in, which has been great. I was just so scared because that last blood test came in at 102, and if it had have gone under 100, he would have had to have gone to hospital. And I know that's the best place for him, and he'd be hooked up to the drip and everything like that. But I was really hoping that we could get away with managing this at home together. But getting those results yesterday and seeing that 116 and the white blood count improving, oh my gosh. So hopefully last blood test tomorrow, and then it's just on the up and up. Good morning from the dengue house. Chad had his last blood test yesterday, and we got our results back late afternoon. Everything is on the up and up. The platelets look great. The white blood cell count looks great. It is looking so much better. And we noticed a big difference in Chad yesterday too. He actually only napped for a very small amount of time. He was kind of wandering around the house. Felt like we hadn't seen him in weeks. So the doctors say there's still a couple of weeks of recovery left. There could be up to a month where you're still feeling just really tired and lethargic and sometimes a little bit dizzy and needing to rest and stop and everything. But overall, sort of at that nearly 2-week mark now, much, much better. We also had a massive storm last night. The kids were in bed with us at about 5 a.m. this morning with big thunder and lightning. We haven't had one of those in a while, so it feels kind of like a fresh start. Everything's getting a good wash, and just a huge thank you to everyone for all the well wishes.
I'm alive.